So, Call of the Wild the Angler absolutely screwed me over. When this game first released, I gave it a lot of stick. I said it's a really bad game, there's nothing to it, there's a lot more exploration than there is fishing. I warned people not to buy it, but I absolutely love fishing. I've seen they've been putting out a lot of updates, so I revisited the game. What I did was went through my local save data, I tried deleting everything to start over again, then I loaded the game, realised it failed. So I thought, well, there's a lot of exploration, I now don't have to do that, so we'll continue where I left off, and that is to go to this specific location, to this little river, and catch a largemouth bass. I had some gear that I don't even remember how the gear works, but I had it in my inventory, so I set up my rod after smashing up my truck a little bit, and I got to fishing. And I know fishing is about fishing, not catching. You have to be incredibly patient to actually land the fish. But I sat there and time started passing, and I mean, like 20 minutes passed, then 45 minutes, then an hour and a half, and this is real life time. So at this point, I come up with this idea to make this video with the topic of the struggles of a bass fisherman. I managed to land a few fish, I got a couple of smallmouth bass, I landed a completely different species, but the only thing I couldn't catch was the largemouth bass. So what I did was headed back to the shop and I bought a load of different equipment, I messed around with the money I had available to me, and I bought this gear that has a lot more strength, so you're able to easily catch heavier fish. I went back to the same location, I'd moved around a little bit, so I'm not always trying to fish in the same spot. I'm looking for the splashes, the fish jumping out of the water, and everything like that to increase my chances of actually landing a fish. There was nothing, like nothing at all for about half an hour. Then all of a sudden, I get this bite. And I don't know what this fish could be because the majority of fish I'm going to catch at this stage will come in easily because of the weight of my gear. It can handle a decent sized fish. So I land this fish. There's been a bit of walking around, there's been some driving, there's been a lot of fishing, but I land it and it's a largemouth bass. It's exactly what I needed. So that already, that could have been the end, but then the video would have been a few minutes long. It would have been a pointless video, in my opinion. So I thought I would take on the next task of trying to go for another largemouth bass in a different area and hope and pray that I struggle to basically extend this story that I was trying to come up with. And that's where everything went south, because I went back to the shop, I picked up this mission, I activated it, I made it active, so it told me what I've got to do and so on and so forth. I went down to the jetty and I jumped in my boat. I started driving over to this island because what I had to do was catch a silver rank largemouth bass from this specific spot. And it's a tiny little pond on this little island that's basically in the center of the map. And I made my way over there, I parked up my boat, I jumped out, I was roaming around because I didn't know at the time that it was the little pond where I needed to be. Then eventually I figured out it was that tiny little pond, and I was expecting to have to cast 20-30 times, spend an hour to 2 hours or something trying to catch this fish. I thought I'll take note of everything that's happening, the fish I land, the fish that snapped my line, because I did have a fish that snapped my line, which was what made me decide to go and buy better gear in the first place. But I thought there would be a lot more depth to it, and I could create something that would be a good 15-20 minutes, something entertaining, and the game just decided to completely screw me over. Because I got to this pond, I cast my line into the pond, I stood up on top of this massive rock, and I mean no longer than 30 seconds to a minute of being in this water, I got a bite. It was my first bite there, literally my first cast, and I started reeling in. There wasn't much struggle, I mean my gear is quite decent, so that's to be expected. Then I land the fish, and this fish is a silver rank largemouth bass. So I caught exactly what I needed to catch on my very first cast. So after sitting there for about an hour and a half, trying to come up with this idea to create a video based on the struggles of a bass fisherman, the game decided to let me catch one on my very first cast. So that entire idea, the whole topic, was out of the window. I managed to catch exactly what I needed on my very first cast with no struggle whatsoever. So the Call of the Wild the Angler it completely screwed me over. This wasn't the video I was planning to make, but I have played for a couple of hours. I have enjoyed my time on this game. I'm going to return at some point because there are different ranks to the fish. It's not just bronze, silver, gold. You also get diamond fish in there as well, which are some of the biggest you can catch. And the fish do get quite big. It's not just bass you're going for in this game. So I will make I'll pay another visit to the game. I'll play some more. I'll see what happens and I'll make future content for it. The developers were nice enough to give away a reserve completely free of charge, so it's not just the Golden Ridge that you've got now, the starting map. There is another one with, I believe the starting map's got 12 fish, or 12 species. This second map has 14, but it's a limited time to grab it for free. But along with that, they've done quite a few updates to this game and it's in much better shape. I don't plan on really looking at the negatives in games in 2023 and beyond. I can't be bothered with it anymore, just sitting there pointing out stuff that's clearly never going to be changed. These developers have made a turnaround, they've made the game a lot more enjoyable, but when it comes to other games that I've covered on the channel, there's nothing's ever going to be done, so there's no point continuing. We might as well just carry on playing games, having fun, like exactly what a game's designed for. It's supposed to be entertainment, you're supposed to have fun, so that is what we are going to do from now on. It's going to be the games I fancy playing, the ones I enjoy playing, so a little bit of a channel update in this video as well as the topic of the game screwed me over, because I really wanted to release that story of the struggles of a fisherman, having to have the patience of fish messing you around, because I had fish trolling me. They were jumping out of the water right in front of my feet and then just ignoring my spinner. I had my line snap, I had different species caught. There was a lot to it, but overall the experience was good. I'm not going to sit there looking for the negatives anymore. You kind of get dragged down this rabbit hole of you start noticing negatives in games and then it sucks you in and it's all you really look for. So now I'm completely changing my tune. I'm going to have fun with the games I play. I'm going to play the games that I enjoy. I'm not going to cover ones on the channel from now on that I don't enjoy. Every now and then there'll be topics of maybe some things that I would like to see in games. So not moaning about things that are missing or things that are broken. Things that I would maybe like to see in future updates and things like that. But it's going to be a lot more positive around here. So if you are interested in seeing a plethora of different games, simulators, the games like Vampire Survivors and stuff, then make sure to subscribe to the channel, leave a like on the videos, turn on notifications so that you know when I upload a video. All the support on the channel is greatly appreciated. I hope everyone had a great Christmas and Happy New Year to everyone. I hope that 2023 brings you a lot of good. But that is going to do it for this one. Check out this video if you want to see other content on the channel. I will see you in the next one. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you for watching.